one of this great case study in exactly this topic. She had low copper on her first test. It jumps up to, from 2 to like 6.5. So a 3.5 fold increase or 3.25 fold increase.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see her aluminum level jumped by 20 fold. This isn't someone who took up cooking in aluminum pots and pans. They didn't start using a copper supplement. Their intake of these minerals and metals was the same. And that was one thing that really boggled my mind when I started to look at this, is I said, people will come to me and have the exact same intake of these things, but month to month, their expression of that intake in their blood may be radically different. And then in their hair, it's also different. So you have to take a longer view of these timescales and be prepared to follow a protocol that's going to help you balance them, not just today and tomorrow, but for the next 3 months. And then you've got to be prepared to retest. Yes. Because you're not going to have, I'm retesting every 6 weeks now, my hair, and you're retesting every 3 months. I think you mentioned that the other day.
Yeah.
And we rely on it now to really maintain optimal performance.
Yes. And what I would say, another really important point that you brought up is this notion of heavy metals and minerals competing with one another.
Part of the reason,
part of the reason why zinc is so low in society in general, in the population, is because most of the metals compete or can displace zinc in various places. This includes aluminum, nickel, lead, cadmium, mercury. All of those can displace zinc. And when that occurs, this is sort of another hidden reason for copper toxicity. When this occurs, like if you are exposed to metals, that will lower your zinc. Copper and zinc exist in that exquisite balance as well. You can end up with copper toxicity for that reason, right?
Yes. And for the record, I know that Clark and I are a little out there in our thinking for a lot of people who are not necessarily into integrative and holistic and functional medicine or whatever you want to call it. But this is not just, Dr. Stillman and Clark Engelbert make this up on the fly. This is a real element of the literature. This is a simple Google Scholar search for ionic mimicry.
There you go.
There are 33,000 results for this concept in the literature.
Yep.
And these are a lot of these are new concepts. You look at the dates on these, it's in the 2000s. We got one back here from 1993. One of the sad facts about conventional medical training and biochemistry is that unfortunately the system is not set up to embrace ideas that are good and new. Max Planck, famous quantum physicist, said science does not advance because old scientists are convinced of new ideas and reform or change their minds. It advances because old scientists die and are replaced by new scientists who are familiar with fresh ideas. That's sometimes paraphrased as science advances one funeral at a time. And we really live in a time where the aging, decaying edifice of modern medicine is being run by these totally out of touch lunatics.